Hello, hello, butterflies. Hey, family. If you're new, stopping by, much love to you. I consider you as a butterfly. I thank you for taking the time to watch. I thank you for taking the time to care. So, with that being said, I want to keep my word and do a update reading on this beautiful soul that is no longer with us. Mirage Ewuneties, I believe. She was a student from Princeton. Okay. And unfortunately, she was found. I believe it was Friday past. She was found, and she's deceased. She was found on the school grounds. Okay. Now, I had did a reading on her already. I did a reading on Mirage Thursday on a Thursday, and she was found the next day. I don't know exactly what time, but she was found the next day. But and a lot came out in that reading, and I want to share that with you and go over some things that are on my mind. Let me just say that. Even though you're coming here for me to do a reading, I still, have an opinion as well. And I just want to go over that. And then I'm going to do another reading, update reading on, Mirage. May she rest in peace. And much love to her family. My condolences to her family. Um, this is just very, very sad. Okay. So real quick, I felt the need to light a candle for her. Okay. So I'm gonna put her picture right here. This beautiful sister. I might put it here. Let me see something. Let me see. I really want many of you to see it real good. All right. This is the reading that I did on her. Let me see. Where is it? It's up here. I did this reading on the 19th, and I believe she was found on the 20th the next day. This is the reading that I did on her right here. And I appreciate all of you who taken the time to watch this video reading that I did on her. Okay. And I also want to share something real quick. Give me a minute. Hold on. Let me go through the commercials and all of that. Hold on. But it's interesting how certain, you know, key clues came out in this reading, shall I say. Um, and I want to go over some of these key words that came out in the reading. And then I'm going to read an article on when I had Googled her. When I found out that she had passed, right, which was the next day. I think I found out on a Saturday, I believe. But anyway, that someone had hit me up, and their message is in the comment section. Okay, somebody had hit me up and let me know that she was found. She was found deceased. And I was like, oh my goodness. So I typed in her name. I typed her name in. I think I did it on a Saturday. I had Googled her name as far as seeking updates about her being found, and it just blew my mind because certain things that came out in that article, you know, um, it resonated with me when it comes to the reading that I did with her. But real quick, before we get to that, real quick, um, these were some of the key words, okay? Keywords clue that came out in the reading that I did on Miss Mirage, okay? So hold on, I'm not gonna go over all of them, but one of them was saying partying, okay? Some partying that was going on and dancing. One of them said laundry closet. And let me stop right there. The word laundry closet, came out. And also the word back room. It's right here. Back room had came out also. I thought that was very interesting for certain messages to come out the way they did. The word groups came out. Okay, staff worker came out, which was the individual, which was a staff worker that happens to find her. And it's crazy. All that help manpower that they had, okay, before they found her, they didn't find her body. All this manpower, having the dogs out there, having the drones, and they still didn't find her body on the premises of the school. I thought it was very interesting, because her body was found on the school property, on the school's ground. And all this manpower, they didn't come across her body. But so happened a staff worker, I'm hearing, found her. Okay. Um, but let me say this real quick. Give me a minute, family. Let me see. Hold up. Just roll with me. Hold on. I want to pause at it real quick. Let me see. Where is it? This is what came out in the reading that I did on her, okay? But I was looking for, okay, here it is. Well, I think I went kind of fast on it. Hold on. Hold on. Yes, staff worker, student. The word female sabotage came out. Celebrate recovery, lost and found, back room. The word skull came out, laundry room closet. Anyway, I'm going real fast, okay? You have to watch the video. I don't want to make the video too long trying to look for certain words. But with a laundry closet, where it came out, that didn't really make no any sense to me. You know, I'm thinking, well, okay, well maybe she went to the laundry room or something. But it's crazy because right here, and I took a picture of it, when I had Google her name, seeking, additional information, this is what popped up, okay? And I want to read it real quick. I'm not going to read all of it, but just certain information, okay? It has here that Mirage Ewuneties was found on the campus. Okay, it has here was found on the campus Thursday. So I don't remember exactly whether it was Thursday or Friday. All I know is I did the reading the day before. Okay, that's all I know. And the timestamp is on my reading. Okay, all I know is I did her reading the day before she was found. But anyway, um, it has here an autopsy by the Middlesex County Medical Examiner will determine the cause and manner of death. The statement said that there was no sign of injury and her death does not appear suspicious or criminal in nature. Now, this is what the authorities are saying, okay, so far. They're waiting on the autopsy findings. Now, getting back to the laundry room, the laundry closet message that came out when I did a reading on her, I happened to come across this article right here, and I'm going to read it. Check this out. It has here, Ewuneties was volunteering at one of the school's 11 eating clubs. See, the word groups came out in my reading, okay? Ewuneties was volunteering at one of the school's 11 eating clubs on Thursday night. The president of the club told the student newspaper, the Daily Princetonian Terrence Club student leader told the paper Ewuneties was on duty. So they're saying she was on duty that night doing housekeeping work during a live music performance at the club. I thought that was very interesting. You see it right here? So hold on, let me raise this up a little bit. I apologize for the glare. This article, this part right here, that stood out to me more than anything. I kept wondering why I keep getting laundry. I think two cards that came out mentioned something about laundry. But you had to go back and watch that video. Okay? But I think it's interesting how, she was doing volunteering work, as far as when it comes to housekeeping. When I think about housekeeping, I think about laundry work. I mean, that's the first thing to pop up in my mind is laundry work, housekeeping, laundry work. But that's interesting how that came out, family. So I'm like, okay. And it says right here they use helicopters, drones, and watercraft were all part of the increased law enforcement presence on the campus on Wednesday. So they had a lot of manpower, on the days that led up to her being found. How come she wasn't found sooner? But all of a sudden, what, a staff worker, somebody from the school just happens to find her body, and her phone was pinged somewhere else another location. I don't know. Was her phone with her when she was found? And if it was with her, come on now, family. I'm picking up cover up big time, okay? And it was a lot more that I wanted to say at the time when I did the reading, but I didn't want to make my readings real long because, I can't go there. Let me just say that. Okay, I've been known to go over an hour, and I really didn't want to do all of that. But let me say this real quick. 'Cause I really love for the spirit to do all the talking. I do have right to my opinions like anybody else. But let me just say this real quick. Because I am picking up on the cover up big time. And the school does want to protect themselves. This is a high prestige school. Let me just say that. And I truly feel that they have a lot of backing, people that supports them, okay? Because these people, children, attend this school, this college as well. And they don't want no bad press, okay? And this doesn't look good. Period. All right. I even picked up on that she was experiencing bullying and harassment. You know, and it's like her outcry was going on deaf ears. So who is she taking this to? I feel like it's a lot that her family probably didn't know that she was suppressed and keep it to herself as far as what was going on with her. Okay, for whatever reason, that's personal in nature, but I'm definitely picking up on that she was definitely experiencing some harassment at that school, okay? And even though, my card came out saying groups, yeah, the ultimate group was this club that she was trying to fit in, okay? And I was thinking maybe sorority group because the word skull came out. And if someone, attends that school, you can let me know. Are there any, sorority groups that's known as the word skull? They have the word skull in it. Was this one that night wearing a T-shirt that had the word skull on it or a picture? It's still something about that word skull. Now, before I get started this reading, also what came out in my reading, I think at the timestamp of 7:31, I believe, it has on there dead end back road. So it's interesting where she was located, family. Yeah, it's very wooded like area, and it looked like there's no cameras in that area at all. So someone would definitely would have had to known that there were no cameras in that area. It's kind of like wooded on each side, and then you make a right, and right here on this road, and it is dead end. You can't go any further because it's a fence, and behind that fence is what staff worker vehicles, all right? The ground workers that are part of the campus. Their vehicles on the other side, and there's a gate fence that stops right there. So it is pretty much like a dead end. The spirit was on it. It kept saying street. The spirit was on it, okay? And I think I did say something about that she's still close by that I was picking up on. And her body was being, removed from one location to another. But anyway, I'm just trying to be the voice for the voiceless. Just like many of you, you have your thoughts and theories. I have mine as well, but I am led by the Spirit. Okay. Um, at the end of the day, she was reported missing on a Monday, and they did all this searching, 3 days searching, and so happened to find her body. What? A couple of days later, that Friday or whatever. But anyway, I'm going to real quick do another reading. Okay. I've already explained to you what came out in the first reading. Just go check it out because other information did come out. What I like to do is I look for repeated messages, okay? Because I like the spirit is saying, look at this, look at this. And do I feel that this is a cover up? Yes, indeed. But like I said, this school does not want a bad press. And they can also pull strings to where, people can be paid off. That's all I'm saying. People can be paid off. Allegedly. People are in the up, if you know what I mean. higher ups. All right. So what I'm going to do is this is the deck, my homemade deck that I had used last time. I'm going to use this deck again. Pay attention to what comes back out. I did another private reading on this sister, and some other information came out as well. Now I didn't share it because it was after the fact, and but if it come back out, I will acknowledge it. Okay. And no matter what you're going to see in here, okay, it is allegedly. We know it's not facts, but I am led by the Spirit. As you see, the information came out in my reading, a lot of it, okay, a lot of it. That's why I always say. That's why I always say let things play out. But a lot of it started to play out after the fact. Okay, you can go back and watch it and see what has you know transpired since then. Okay, see what had came out since then when I did that reading on this sister. Okay, because she really wants her story told. She really wants her story told, and um she knows that they're gonna try to hide it. Okay, she knows this. They're gonna definitely try to suppress the truth. And it can be for many, many reasons. Maybe due to trying to protect somebody. And definitely trying to protect the school. All right, I'm through talking. Thank you for taking time to listen. Divine Spirit, love and truth and light, seeking clarity on the death of Miss Rosh. What led up to her death, seeking clarity on the death of Miss Rosh. Still things of daughter remember to marvelous light concerning the death of Miss Rosh. Hold on, family. Some of these are turned over. I don't want anything already turned over. Hold on. And as you see, it's quite thick. I have no control what comes out, family. Okay. Now let's start over again. Okay. So you can clear it. Hold up. So you can clear it through the death of Miss Ross and E.T. Your story really up to your death. What's going on the night you disappeared? Some clarity. Some clarity on the death of Miss Ross. Your story. Who's involved? Seeking clarity on the death of Miss Ross. Your story. Oh my goodness. All right. I'm going to put these in the front because they wanted to come out. And I already certain words coming right back out. I can't make this up. But I let me be the judge, okay? Hold on, I'm getting a drink of water, family. Hold on. All I know is her family got a battle ahead of them, especially if they feel like her death is suspicious to them and it needs to be more investigation. I will advise her family to get a private investigator and have their own autopsy done. That's what I would advise for the family, okay? Anytime I don't get a strong hit on something, I will turn it over. So that's what that's about. But if it come back out, I will acknowledge it, okay? Now, pay attention to what came back out, okay? To what came back out. And this came out in the first reading I did. It says having a affair. This did come out in the first reading that I did, and it didn't make sense to me. It still don't really make sense to me unless this is something that was going on behind the scenes, okay, that we all know nothing about, okay? So I just want to say that. Go back and watch the first video I did. A lot of time I do acknowledge messages that are on the bottom, okay? Now, this card came back out, betrayal and disloyalty. It came right back out. So it's something about betrayal, okay? And if it's saying betrayal, it's somebody that she knows. She may not be close with them, but she's seen them before. She's seen them around somebody she knows. Clue the word basement. It came right back out. Now, if it's like the school basement, the fact that her phone was pinged so many miles away from the school in some neighborhood area, could it be at someone's home location in the basement? Anyway, the word basement came back out. Clue the word student. Now, Miss Raj, she was a student. Could it be another student of interest that needs to be looked at or talked to, or could be in the know? The word student came right back out. This came right back out. Out partying, having fun, being social. I truly feel like she was the one that was trying to fit in as well, okay? I don't know if she saw herself as being very awkward, but anyway, this came right back out. And she was at some kind of social event, okay? Next, the word girlfriend. Could it be Miss Raj has a friend girl, okay, that she considered her girlfriend, okay? Or was Miss Raj a girlfriend to someone? Let's continue. Secretly meeting up, my business. Now, this didn't come out in my first reading I did on her, but my private reading, this came out, okay? In my private reading, this did come out. Secretly meeting up, okay? So it looked like she met up with somebody, family. I don't know if someone called her or texted her, but it looked like she met up with somebody. It has here my business. Question, security staff. Now, am I reading the word staff worker, question staff worker? I don't remember if it said staff worker or question staff worker, but they came out in my first reading, okay? This is saying question what? Security staff. Now, I'm not saying that a security staff is involved, but sometimes when these staff workers work for a company, it's all about protecting the interests of the company. What was on the video cameras, what did they see, what do they know, or could be allegedly hiding. It says question security staff. It's just saying. Cause staff worker came out in my reading, and come to find out, a staff worker found her. Family, this is big time allegedly. This came out in my private reading. It says sex for sale, okay? Now, according to the authorities, she had clothes on when she was found. All I can think of is this has to do with something that was going on behind the scenes, okay? I don't know why it would come out, but it came out, okay? So This could be something that was going on behind the scenes. And I do know, I'm not saying Mirage does this, but I do know a lot of these college kids, they do, do like escort services. It's a word for it, but they do, meet up and hook up with people online, whatever, for money, as far as helping them out with school, okay? But anyway, I'm not saying that she does this, but it did come out. So I don't. So what I'm saying is this could be something just due to behind the scenes um, activities. Okay, allegedly. It has here around the wrong crowd, toxic and foolish. And the word groups did pop up in my reading. Okay, the word groups, and I'm gonna say it now. Something about you know um, secret groups, rituals, you know, all kind of weird stuff like that came out in my first reading, okay? It has here trees, wooded area. And where her body was located, she was in an area like this, okay? Where there was trees and her body was in a wooded area, okay? See how the spirit be on it? And many of you saw me pull this card. It has here fighting back. Now, according to the authorities, there were no signs of any kind of physical altercation, okay? According to them, I guess they don't really see no bruises on her body, but it doesn't have to be a physical fighting back. It can be behind the scenes. She could have been allegedly, verbally, trying to speak up for herself, trying to fight back as far as due to harassment, allegedly if she was experiencing this. But anyway, fighting back is showing up, okay? Pretty much speaking up for herself, okay? Trying to defend her honor. Let's continue. Okay, certain words came back out as well as some additional clues of words came out. So it looked like there was some traveling, okay? Her phone did ping at another location. So we'll get to that in a minute, okay? It has here ghosting, abandoned. This came out in my first reading, okay? And I think about out of sight, out of mind, no call, no show. I think about somebody that's not reliable, as well as somebody leaving you hanging, okay? Not showing up, ghosting. This came out in my first reading and it came right back out. The key word is abandon, okay? Somebody abandoned her. And behind that is betrayal. The next card, it came right back out. It has groups. See that? Groups. This was in my first reading and it came right back out. This needs to be looked at. What is this group? Is it that club that she, wanted to be a part of? Allegedly. Something about groups. And behind that is basement. So what were these groups? What were they? I mean, what are they into? Now, this right here is about a location. Um, it has here a store, and it is a drug store. It's called Rite Aid. Okay, it's a drug store, convenience store. So something about the word Rite Aid. Okay, Rite Aid is coming out. Is there a Rite Aid in that location anywhere? Maybe someone that's a part of this equation could have passed a Rite Aid. Okay, so Rite Aid is popping up, and it's like a drug convenience store. Okay, it used to be Eckers, but it went from Eckers to Rite Aid. Now, also in the reading that I did on um, Miss Raj, a card message popped up saying something about somebody put something in her drink, okay, allegedly, some kind of drug. But anyway, it has here side effect had a bad allergic reaction. Next, it says has a mental conflict unbalance. According to the spirit, Mirage, she was, dealing with her own personal issues, and she also was experiencing a mental conflict. And that's someone that has the inability to get over something or someone. Something was really bothering her. Okay, let me just say that something was really bothering her, and it was hard for her to shake it off. Okay, it was hard for her to shake it off as far as getting past it. Okay, whatever it is. Next, look, came right back out. Street corner, back road, dead end. And this is the location she was found. It came right back out. This came out my first reading. See how the spirit be on it. If only the authorities would listen, okay? I let it be known in the first reading. I just trust the spirit, but I let it be known she was still like in the area, as well as this card came out, okay? It's a street corner, back road, dead end. Pretty much a location that you can't go any further, okay? Once you turn down that location, you can't go any further. But anyway, this is where she was found, as well as a wooded area, okay? She was in a wooded lot area. Came right back out. And behind that card is girlfriend. Next, this came out in my private reading. It says they don't want to be exposed. Who is they? It seemed like to me that she was going to out somebody out. Okay? For whatever reason, somebody did not want to be exposed. And behind that, secretly meeting up my business. And I was picking up on something about somebody could be married. And I'm not saying that Miss Mirage was messing with a married man, okay? But I can't help but come out of my reading. I can't help but come out of my reading now. Uh, I was definitely picking up on something like that very strong, okay? But anyway, let's continue, okay? But somebody didn't want to be exposed, okay? Now here's another location, convenience store, CVS. Now what I want to know is where her phone pinged the location. Are any of these convenience stores around the area where her phone last pinged? That's what I want to know. Just saying. Cause they have CVS everywhere, okay, on a lot of street corners where there's like fast foods, service stations. You see a lot of places like this around the corner. Next, here's another one. Convenience store, Express Mart, and this can be like a service station as well. So something about a convenience store. Maybe their cameras could be of use. I don't know if this came out my first reading or not, but I'm going to share it. Monkey see, monkey do, trying to fit in with group or someone. So this is someone who wants to fit in, okay? And behind that, around the wrong crowd, toxic and foolish. I feel like something could have went to the left as well, okay? You know how it is with these groups. They be trying to get people to do foolish things, and sometimes things backfire. And it came back out. Came right back out. According to the spirit, Mirage was sabotage. Came right back out. She was sabotage. And behind that, trees, wooded area. But I feel like more than anything, she was removed. Okay, she was in one location, but she was moved also. And we have here male. Who is this male? And behind male, I got fighting back. Interesting. Hold on, family. My phone went to sleep. Okay, the spirit told me to shuffle. Seeking clarity, seeking clarity, seeking clarity on the death of Misrach. Seeking clarity. Hold on, family. Seeking clarity on the death of Misrach, who's involved led to her death. Seeking clarity on the death of Misrach, who's involved led to her death. Seeking clarity on Misrach, who led to her death. The spirit wants me to honor this. It has here dumped landfill, okay? But we know she was not in a landfill, okay? But she was dumped at that location. She was abandoned at that location, okay? Her body was outside on the ground, all right? So it's like the spirit trying to give us clues. And also the word trash came out in my first reading as well. Something about trash. But anyway, it could be some evidence in the trash can. I don't know. But anyway, what stood out to me more than anything was dumped. Okay? Next, the clues, the word smoking. Something about smoking. And behind that is groups. Next, a lone, isolated, remote area. I can't make this up. Do your homework. Where her body was found, the location, wooded like area, back road, dead end, okay? In an isolated, remote area. And she was alone. Alone, isolated, remote area. Dealing with depression over a loss, feels alone. And this did come out in my private reading. So whatever that was going on with her is very personal, okay? And she was also dealing with a mental conflict. And I already explained what that means, okay? So I can kind of see why she wanted to get out and have fun, and not be sitting around in the dorm. She wanted to pretty much get her mind off things. Here's another one, family, another location or another convenience store. It says convenience store, quick trip. And also the word BP is on top. And BP is like a gas station. So any of these could be a clue as far as cameras. Someone could maybe have stopped and gotten gas, whatever the case may be. And this came out in my first reading. Tears of joy found. And yes, she was found, but unfortunately, she was found deceased. And behind Tears of Joy, the message street corner, back road, dead end. Next, clues the word staff worker. There we go again. And this came out in my first reading. Something about a staff worker. And yes, a staff worker, from what I'm hearing, found her, not the authorities, okay? And behind this right here, the message, they don't want to be exposed. And I'm not saying that she was involved with a staff worker on the school grounds that's happened to be married, but somebody did not want to be exposed. That's all I'm saying, okay? Anyway, next we have they wear for reading glasses or prescription glasses. And yes, Mirage, she is known for wearing glasses. I feel like this is her, okay? Or who knows, the other person of interest. But she definitely wear glasses as well, okay? So this came back out. It came out in my first reading and it came back out. And behind this is convenience store CVS. And I'm not saying that none of this is in divine order. It might not even be in sync, but I'm just sharing the message behind it. And look what we have here. Laundry closet. It's something about it, family. It needs to be looked at. And who knows, by this video being public, somebody that could be in the know could be watching this video and hide evidence. You know how that works. Evidence can be tampered with and, removed. Anyway, laundry closet came right back out. This came out in my first reading. And come to find out, she was doing volunteer work for housekeeping. Come on, make it make sense. Why would this come out? Laundry closet. Next, outside in nature. I can't make this up, and she was found outside in nature, okay? On the school's ground. Accident cover up. No one is talking. So there are some people that are in the know. Somebody knows something. Behind that, I got sabotage. This came out in my first reading. No friend of mine's cross path with a stranger slash associate. Associate. When I think about associate, I think about somebody that you work with, or associate that works for a company. If you know what I mean, okay. That's to me more than anything associate. And behind that is male. But the fact that I'm seeing betrayal, you know, when it comes to her so-called, groups of friends or whatever, I'm still sensing that somebody betrayed her, and how the snowball effect of how things led up to her demise, shall I say. Um, she was still betrayed. Okay. Mm. The spirit says we're not complete, but I feel like we are complete because a lot came out in this reading. I'm not trying to accuse anybody of anything. I like for things to play out, but I definitely want her to receive justice. Yes, indeed. It has here when breakup ends deadly. And also, when I did a private reading on Ms. Raj, it looked like she was seeing somebody. I don't know who this individual is, but whoever this individual is, not only did, meeting up with this individual came out, but also seeking closure. Something about seeking closure came out as well. So, and we all know what that's about, okay? So anyway, when breakup ends deadly. Now it doesn't have to be a relationship. It can be breaking up with a group, okay? Maybe she was tired of participating and being a part of this group. But it's still talking about relationships, period, okay? Okay, we have another location. This is saying inside. Okay, this is saying inside. And remember the word basement came out in my reading? Okay, that's inside. That's an inside location. I truly feel like she was moved. She was in another location. Somebody placed her body there outside so she can be found. Okay, cause she was on the school property. And behind that is the clue word smoking. Okay, the clue word is smoking behind inside location. Next, look at that bullying. She was experiencing some bullying. Okay, I think this came out in my first reading. And if not, it could have been maybe my private reading I did. But she was definitely being harassed by someone or a group. She's being harassed by somebody and experiencing bullying. Next, hold on, let me see something. Okay. At first, I wasn't getting a strong hit on it, but it's the key words the spirit wants me to look at. This card says repeat offender, troublemaker. What stands out to me more than anything is the word troublemaker. Okay? This word right here stands out to me more than anything. Troublemaker. Up here may not be irrelevant, but down here, I'm definitely getting a strong hit on this down here. A troublemaker. Next, convenience store, Walgreens. And maybe these are some places that, she could have passed, or somebody else who was driving could have passed these locations. Now, this is interesting. This is the first time this popped up. Look at that roommate. And didn't the roommate say the last time they saw her was what at 3 a.m. something like that? I can't quite remember. Don't want to put no words in nobody's mouth. But anyway, she does have a roommate. Okay, she does have a roommate. So that's interesting for this to come out. Something about roommate. Celebrate recovery. And behind that is staff worker. See how they look at that. And it was a staff worker that found her. See that? Celebrate recovery. Staff worker. Excuse me. Next, the clue word bathroom. And we have here the clue word laundry. And that night, she did volunteer to do housekeeping. Isn't that interesting? Housekeeping, laundry go hand in hand. And then behind this is what? Laundry closet. So why are these keywords coming out for? What's so significant about laundry? Just saying. Laundry closet, basement. What is this all about? Making me wonder, did an incident happen in a laundry room? It has here lost and found. Well, it says happy ending, but it wasn't a happy ending. The only good thing about it is that she was found, okay? It has here crime caution tape. I forgot this guy. I forgot this guy name. He did a video on Princeton grounds. Okay, he's driving around and he did a video, and I don't see any crime tape. Even he was saying how weird that is. You know, they found her body and there's no crime tape in that area. So you don't know what that means. These authorities are gonna really rush this and make this an up and shut case. Okay, if her family does not fight. But it has here crime caution tape, but I didn't see any tape. I didn't see any. Given or took fake candy drug. Allegedly. And it's only if it shows up. Okay? Some drugs don't show up. It just depends on what they're looking for. I want to show many of you something real quick. All right, I cannot play the video, okay, out of respect. But this person right here, check out their channel and give them and show them some love, okay? Um, it's called P Dol Tra Two. I can't even pronounce it, okay? It has a lot of different syllables, but this person right here on their channel, this is the location of where her body was. You see how like a dead end and you see a fence, okay? And on each side there's like a wooded area. But go to this person right here channel and show them some love, okay? They have like several videos of the location of the school grounds, and he's showing you how to get to this location where her body was found, okay? And this is the channel's name. He did a wonderful job showing you the area, okay? That's the channel name. So definitely subscribe and show him some love, okay? Because he did a wonderful job. I don't want to show everything. I just wanted to show a still picture, okay? Um, and you can get an idea of the location, you know, as far as how it looks, you know, as far as like a 360, how it looks in that area where her body was found, because he drives around and take you straight to that location, okay? So I just wanted to give him a shout out and show his channel some love because he didn't have to do it, but people like him that cares and to try to bring clarity and more awareness really makes a difference for people like myself. They don't live in the area. You know, it definitely gave me clarity when it came to my reading. Certain key words that came out. You know, you can look at that area and definitely see that there are no cameras in that area. Okay, there are no cameras in that area. It's very remote and secluded. So anyway, I'm gonna go around one more time. I'm gonna end this reading. All right. Now this is interesting. When I did my private reading, right, this came out, and I'm going to share it. That's right. I'm going to share it. Now I don't know if the person that Miss Raj was talking to, okay, I don't know if they are a student or a staff worker, but this came out right here. It says, "Who are they related to?" Question mark. They are protected. Cover up. Okay. I thought that was very interesting for this to come out right here. Okay, and it's allegedly. It is allegedly, but it came out because it came out my private reading. Who are they related to? Question mark. They are protected and cover. It says they are protected and it says cover up. Ain't that interesting? So yeah, the authorities are definitely going to try to make this an open and shut case. All right, and they're definitely going to try to protect the school for whatever reason. Okay, because the school does not want the bad press. Sad to say. That's why her family gonna have to fight the good fight and defend Miss Raj honor, shall I say? And I definitely advise them to get their own private investigator as well as have their own private autopsy done on her. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna show this. I'm gonna use the shadow deck, and I'm gonna go around maybe one, no, maybe one or two times, and then I'm gonna end this reading. All right. Came back out, having a affair, came right back out, allegedly. This came out in my first reading as well as my private reading. It's something to this. And I'm not saying that, she would mess with somebody that's married, okay? I did spirit do the talking, but it came back out. That's all I'm saying. Clue the word flowers. Something about flowers. Met up with them. That's twice. That's twice. Met up with them. So it looked like she left her dorm and met up with somebody. Okay, whether they picked her up or she could just went out there on the school ground property and met up with somebody. Okay, but it came out met up with somebody. This says fast food um place fast food this is a fast food joint. Okay, it can be Popeyes, Bojangles, Chicken Filet, or KFC. For some reason, this came out, and this can be due to a location that she could have passed, or the person of interest could have passed. But I've already given you some hint ideas of certain locations that Miss Raj could have passed, or the person of interest could have passed. Okay, and sometimes a lot of these locations have cameras as well. Okay, so anyway, I'm just sharing it. I'm not sure why certain information come out the way it do. It has here being secretive. So obviously, Miss Raj, um, she's a private individual, and that's someone that only tell you the very minimum. She don't put her business out there. Okay, she keeps a lot to herself. It says being secretive. So there was some things that was going on with her as well that she was keeping to herself. Okay, I feel like her family don't know everything. It has here upset, looking for answers, seeking closure. Look at that, came right back out. This came out my private reading. And something about breakup. Look at that, upset, looking for answers, seeking closure. Due to a what? A breakup. It don't say breakup, but we did see breakup. The word breakup. They're not listening. Complaint about situation. And as I stated, she was being harassed behind the scene as well as experiencing bully. But it looked like her complaints were going on deaf ears. Okay, nobody really did anything about it for whatever reason. I don't know, somebody on the school lawn, the staff worker could have been, harassing her verbally, or maybe sexually trying to harass her, But anyway, it has here, they're not listening, complaints about a situation. This came out in my first reading. I'm just going to show you the word. This is allegedly, but it came right back out. It came right back out. I don't know anything about no vehicle accident, family, but the keyword vehicle does stands out to me. I truly feel like somebody was driving, okay? I'm not sensing that she was in a vehicle accident, but the word vehicle does stands out to me. This it came back out. Clues, the word taken off, and I'm going to show you what it's saying, okay? Now, when they found her, they said her clothes were on, okay? But it doesn't mean that, she was an SA, okay? They can put her clothes back on and just have her lying there peacefully. But anyway, maybe this is a past, energy. Something like this could have happened, okay? Allegedly. We have here transport by vehicle. So it's not like she walked there, okay? That's why when I saw the car vehicle accident, I wasn't really getting a strong hit on it, but the word vehicle did stands out to me. So anyway, transport by vehicle. Like I said, I feel like she was at another location and they moved her from that location and left her there. I feel like it happened at one location. That's the point I'm trying to make. And they moved her at that location on the school property. Okay, so she'll be found, and she was eventually found. Okay. All right. I'm gonna use a shadow deck. I'm going to end this reading. Seeking clarity, seeking clarity, seeking clarity, seeking clarity, seeking clarity. Shout out to Divine Vision. I'm going to use the Divine Shadow Self Oracle. It will help me get an idea of those shadow aspects that were going on. Excuse me, on the night that Miss Raj disappeared, okay? And anybody that was around her, I'll get those shadow aspects about that individual as far as, their part in her disappearance. And pay attention to the keywords, family. Pay attention to keywords and what comes back out. I'm going to go around with 2 times, okay? I'm going to go around one more time. I like to heed the spirit, okay? The spirit tell me to go around one more time. All right, I'm going to stop right here. I got internalizing. This is the one who's taking things in. I have the word betrayal. So yes, Miss Raj experiencing some betrayal from somebody she knows. I have the word desperation. And behind this is the word having a affair. And behind that is when breakup ends deadly. Okay. Next, I have depression. Someone feeling doubtful. In the word dark. It could be, being in a dark space or dealing with a dark individual. And behind that, I have the word flowers. And also behind that, I have um, inside location. Even though she was found outside, I feel like her body was removed. Okay. And we did see when I did the first reading the word basement. Okay, so that's a dark place as well. Or should I say location? Right here, the word antagonist, antisocial, and the word envy. And what was behind that is met up with them. Next, I have the word trauma, disrespectful, ambulance. Ambulance is pretty much feelings of uncertainty, okay? So let me see. I have the word troublemaker, dealing with depression over a loss, feels alone, and out partying, having fun, being social. Next, the word confusion, victim, and drunk. And the first reading I did get a message about drinking as well. Okay, drinking and getting high. Not saying that she was drinking and getting high, but it could be the people that were around her. Okay, they're doing some drinking and getting high. Behind that, I have being secretive. Next, I have the word arrogance, domineering. Okay, that's someone that's very controlling. And the word ghosting came right back out. Ghosting. Behind that, upset, looking for answers, seeking closure. And the word behind that is roommate. Next, I have the word explosive. That's emotions heating up. Someone dealing with abandonment issues. Well, someone who has abandonment issues. And a lot of times they can be very controlling, okay? Like dealing with a control freak. And I have the word anxiety. Behind that, they're not listening. Complaint about a situation. And behind that, the clue word bathroom. Next, withdrawn, experiencing grief, and addictions. Behind that is the word and also in the back the word question security staff. At the head, next I have emotional blackmail, aggression, and blindsight. That's somebody who's caught off guard. Okay, it's like she didn't see it coming. Okay, she was caught off guard. I'm sure she was not. I'm sure she was unaware of danger. Okay, and this did pop up, but what stands out to me is the word vehicle, and behind that is laundry, and behind that is laundry closet. Next, closed off, And her body was like in a closed off location, isolated, but also closed off can be, someone can be traumatized being closed off, if you know what I mean. Distance. I think about keeping things to yourself, you know, just not sharing your feelings with anyone, or your thoughts with anyone. You're just very distant, aloof. I just said that, didn't I? Distant, very distant, and conflicted. Behind that, clues, the word, like taking off the bottom part of the, if you know what I mean, okay? And what else stands out? Outside in nature, monkey see, monkey do, trying to fit in with groups or someone, and around the wrong crowd, toxic and foolish. Next, feeling helpless, brainwash, and feelings of numbness. Now, usually when I get a card like this, I think about somebody that's high. Someone is numbing their pain, okay, because they don't want to feel. So she could have been drinking, okay. Only time would tell. If not drinking, it could have been some drugs in her system. But anyway, numbness came out. Um, so helpless, brainwashed, and numbness. Um, Behind it, I got caution tape, crime caution tape, accident cover up, no one's talking. I got sabotage, and trees wooded area. And lastly, I have someone has feelings of regret, disconnection, and someone coming out very vindictive. And we did see the word girlfriend. So I'm wondering was Miss Raj and her roommate real good friends. Because just because you have a roommate, it don't mean you're cool like that. But I'm wondering what all do this roommate know? Why would a roommate, pop up? If they're not a part of this equation or know anything. And behind that, I have transport by vehicle, given or took fake candy, drug, no friend of mine, cross path with a stranger slash associate, and I got the word male. And lastly, fighting back. Now, once again, a lot came out in this reading. I'm not accusing Miss Raj of having no affair with nobody. I let the spirit do the talking. Whatever needed to be said was said. Whatever came out needed to come out for whatever reason. There's a lot of behind the scenes scenarios that may not have anything to do with why what went down with her. A lot of times the spirit is peeling those layers of what's going on with the individual behind the scenes, okay? But there is some truth in my reading, and whatever came out in this reading need to come out because this information is reading, somebody understands what it means, okay? Somebody knows what it means. That's all I'm going to say. Just like some people that watched my first reading I did, they knew what the reading was talking about, okay? They understood it. They were connecting the dots. I'm praying that this beautiful angel will rest in peace. She was definitely a beautiful light, and I hate what she went through. All I know is she wants her story told, and I'm sure there is still more to the story. I just don't want to drag this reading on like that. Cause see, what can happen is my reading will start repeating themselves. Okay, when they start repeating themselves, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stop right there. So anyway, this is my reading on Miss Raj Unity. I believe I pronounced her last name correctly, and if I didn't, I apologize. I go by energy and I look at pictures, and it speaks volume. Okay, but at the end of the day, she was complaining about some things that were going on with her, okay, on the school ground, and for whatever reason, it's like they were hearing her and they weren't hearing her. They were not taking her complaints seriously whatsoever. Because yes, she was being harassed, and yes, she was experiencing some bullying. Okay, and yes, she was also trying to fit in. Yes, she was dealing with her own personal issues, and it looked like she was seeing somebody as well. Okay, and the fact that laundry keep popping up. Back room, laundry closet, laundry. All this mess right here. It's something to it. And when I think about laundry, I think about housekeeping, and that's what she was doing on that night. Okay, volunteering as housekeeping. So that's interesting. So as you see, it's more to the story. It's all about connecting the dots. Okay, but at the end of the day, it looks like the school is definitely going to do all that they can to shut this down. Okay, so sometimes they really don't want to know the truth because if it can make that school look in a bad light, I mean, think about it. All right, think about it. Cause I'm sure it's not just her. I'm sure it's been other complaints on that school campus that has gone, on deaf ears. You know, but the school still don't want that kind of bad publicity. They still don't. They still don't want that. At the end of the day, it's a business, and they want to keep that business in good standard. Okay, they want to keep it in good standard, and I just think it's interesting how this came out. It came out my first reading, so it's definitely something to it. Okay, it's definitely something to it. What is this all about? Where her phone pinged, where was this actual location? Was it in a neighborhood? Was it in an area where there's houses and homes? Who live over there in the area? I mean, I'm just saying. These are, the questions that needs to be answered. Excuse me, family. Your sister have seasonal allergies, but I just want this sister to receive justice, and she might not, family. She might not. All we can do is just be continue to be her voice and to spread her story. Spread her message. So for those who are able-bodied, you appreciate your sister for me putting this information out there, bringing awareness to the sister, situation. Give me a thumbs up. It's not for me. It is to push the video algorithm out there so her story can be told. All right, her message will get out there more. And then who knows, maybe other readers will pick this story up. Because the way I look at it, the truth doesn't change. I might pick up on certain things, and another reader will pick up on other things. But it's like a puzzle. But when you start putting those pieces together, oh yeah, it's going to fit. It is going to fit. Please know that. It's going to start fitting. I just want to see something real quick. You see this? Yeah, I know it's quite thick, isn't it? I don't know. Should I want to use this? Let me see something real quick. Cause I'm definitely going to end this reading. I just want to see something. I just want to see what I'm getting. That's all. I just want to see something. I just want to see if anything going to repeat. This is another deck that I have. Hmm. Okay, I'm going to share what I have here, okay? But that's why I say if only authorities would listen, okay? I don't know everything, but I knows what I know, all right? But anyway, with that being said, it's a lot of information that came out of my reading. If only authorities would have seen the video and took action, I feel like they would have found her much sooner. But anyway, this is allegedly, it says history of abuse, black eye. And I'm not saying that she had a black eye or anything, okay? But abuse is abuse, whether even if it's verbal abuse, okay? It says history of abuse, black eye. And this says past event. This says the need to get away, alone and think, mental overload, conflicted, confused. So she had a lot on her mind. It has here you revealing you found out about their secret and confronted them. And we did see a message that said something about meeting up with somebody, okay? So allegedly, it looked like she found out about somebody, okay? And who knows, this individual could have been married and she found out about it, allegedly. Like I say, it's the energy is scattered. I ain't gonna lie to you. So it's a lot that was going on, all right? There was a lot that was going on. This right here says situation, left by choice, runaway. This says runaway, okay? But I feel like this right here ties in with this message. Oh, I knew it. Hold on. It's funny how it went out when I picked that card up. Anyway, I feel like this is interesting how this came out. I feel like it's tied into the other message. This says situation, left by choice, runaway, right? And then this message right here says the need to get away, alone and think, mental overload, conflicted and confused. It don't say run away, but it say the need to get away. Response to their trauma, the word trauma, lack of emotion, unable to think, feel, or react normally. So that's weird. So I'm wondering, was she sexually assaulted before? I'm wondering, was she SA before? And maybe there's something that she didn't reveal with her family members. Because this speaks about trauma too. See that? Maybe when she went missing, she wasn't SA, but it could have been a past event that was still bothering her. It says response to their trauma, lack of emotion, unable to think, feels or react normally. And then I think about the word. Um, I forgot what that word said, but it pertains to it pertains to feeling numb. You know, um, but that's interesting though. Now check this out. I'm gonna read this now. Check this out. She was on a school campus, right? Close by, hidden, check neighborhood area, person, body, or evidence. See, that lets you know she was close by. See that? Close by? This lets you know that she wasn't that far. And if she was kind of far out, she was removed and, placed right there close by, okay? At the end of the day, she was still found on a school ground. Interesting. Not far, staying put. And remember the word inside. Not far, staying put inside a home slash resident. And her phone did ping in a location where there's houses. You get it? I wanted to do this so-called resident home have a basement. Just saying. It has here question tell your whatever that means. Question tell your blind to the street life, lack experience, warning, joker around, being groomed, sex for sale. Blind to the street life, lack experience, warning, joker around, being groomed, sex for sale. So look at that word sex for sale is popping up. So maybe somebody's background is into stuff like that. It has here drug user. And we did see the addiction message pop up. Caught off guard. Give me your keys and your money. Now this speaks from the perspective of her being robbed. Okay? But I'm not picking up on that she was robbed. If anything, what stands out to me is caught off guard. What stands out to me is caught off guard. I'm gonna do four more cards. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and end this reading because it's going too long. The first card is relationship ends, turns violent, deadly fight. And as I stated, it doesn't have to be a physical, it can be a verbal fight. But this is confirmation coming back out, something about a relationship ended. Situation, falling for, it says question, temptation. And behind that, it's like a past event. When drinking and the truth comes out. So something about drinking. And lastly, why them, not me? Feels overlooked, not acknowledged. So as you see, I can go on and on and on, but I don't want to make this video. It's already gone over an hour, and that's the most I will put in a public reading. All right, I did this as a labor of love. And anyway, so with that being said, much love to you all. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Make sure you support your sister, by hitting that like button, as well as support, Miss Roch's story by, pushing it out there in the YouTube algorithm so more people will see this video, okay? And who knows, hopefully it'll help the authorities if they listen, okay? Because a lot of, jewels came out in this reading. So thank you, family, for your love, supporting my channel. Much love to you all, and rest in peace, beautiful angel, Miss Raj. And bye for now. And my condolences to her family.